Today we have the founder of Lola's Law, popularly known as Lola.
Yes.
Right. So she's the founder of Lola's Law Professional Corporation here in London. She's a lawyer called to the Nigerian and Canadian bar. That sounds like a heavy
Ontario
thing.
bar.
Oh, sorry. Ontario bar. So there's even a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference.
That's part of what
This
we're learning.
province is yes, part of what you're learning today. In all honesty, right? Truly, right? So Lola has pretty much been serving the community, and she's appeared in courts representing people on immigration issues. What else?
And yeah, immigration and refugee issues.
So immigration and refugees, that already tells you that there's a difference.
Yeah, there is.
And today we would also learn some of these differences, right? Because there's a lot to learn from Lola, and that's essentially why we're here. It's more than a podcast today, pretty much a masterclass, because I'm here for the knowledge, and you also should be here for the knowledge, right? So Lola, nice to have you on today's episode.
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I know it's been a long time coming.
Right.
We're back and forth, trying to plan, trying to get a date, but I'm so glad that we finally made this happen.
Yeah, we're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
That already explains what it takes to secure a spot with Lola. That's how much she's always occupied, right? It's really never easy to find a lawyer generally. Talk more of Lola's Law. That's
This IP.
Lola that has law.
Lola.
really, exactly,
Wow.
right? Lola's Law, like law
Okay.
from Lola by Lola, right? So
Sound like a movie title already.
should we consider it?
Oh my God.
Because you don't feel like we could make anything happen.
Law from Lola.
Yeah.
Then Lola Law.
Then Lola's Law.
Season 1.
Like right.
Just like we're Nigerians, so we'll be
Yeah.
episode that came.
Exactly.
All right. So while people grab their notebooks, let's begin to
Okay.
delve into some of the, interesting and in-depth knowledge we'll get from Lola. So Lola, let's start with your story, right? You came to Canada as a student from Nigeria.
Yes.
What was that transition like? What were your challenges, and navigating the immigration system yourself? Because you've walked through the path.
Yeah.
I'm sure that also helps with how you represent clients and all. So let's hear from you.
Okay. So I came into Canada like 10 years ago. Came in as a student, just like you said. Came in to do my master's
You're
at
a senior citizen.
senior citizen. So I came in to do my master's at UWO. For those that don't know what UWO is, University of Western Ontario.
That's lots too.
Yeah, so I did, the way I actually even came into Canada, because 10 years ago, Canada was not a thing, right? Most people, it was UK, US, right? UK, US. So, but I got in through my mentor, who was working in Canada at the time. He was a lawyer, and he was working in Canada, right? So he had come to Nigeria in the uni I'd attended back then, and he came in to do like a little bit of lecture. Like he would always come in month to month, that kind of thing. And he started telling me about Canada and how I could actually apply. And interestingly, I did the application because back then, again, like I said, no one really had a lot of information. So you actually had to go yourself and do the research and do all of that by yourself. So I did all of that while I was in law school, because I finished uni, getting into law school like a few months after and all of that. So I was, with how hectic law school schedule is, for anybody that know how Nigerian law school schedule is.
Is it just unique to Nigeria?
Sorry?
The hectic workload is just Nigeria.
So I can't compare, right?
Okay.
because I didn't do my law school year,
All right,
I would say Nigerian law school is very, very hectic, right? Because you have, because you are finishing lectures, and then in the evening you're going for classes, you're going for group studies and blah, blah, and things like that. But anyways, so coming to Canada, interestingly, I'd come into Canada while lectures had started at UWO, because I'd come in September 21st. I came in September 21st, but lectures had started because school would usually start second week in September, right? And then, but the reason why I had to come in late was because law school exam was moved, like the calendar was moved. So I was finishing law school exam the day after I left Enugu because I did my law school in Enugu.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah, I did my law school.
One?
I don't know that one. But I had Okpa.
Okay.
Yeah, I ate all of those things.
Right.
I ate all of those things because I really wanted to just have a different experience of Nigeria, not the West, right?
Right.
So left Enugu. The next day I was in Lagos, boarding the next flight to Canada and all of that. So it was a lot of like blah blah blah. Like everything happened so fast, and then coming into Canada all by myself, not knowing anyone and things like that, right? So, but the transition was quite hard, again, like I said, because I was used to the Nigerian education system. So the Canadian, for anyone that has gone to school in Canada, you can testify that the Canadian education system is quite different. Different in terms of the assignments, the presentations, all of that. We don't have as much as that in Nigeria, right? In Canada, like every Friday in my classes, there's presentation. So that means every week you have to be prepared. Right, so the transition was quite hard, but it was quite difficult. But one thing I was grateful for was the community, right? I made sure that I was able to open myself to come in. And the first community is the church community, was the church community for me, right? Because I'm a Christian, right? So the church community really, really helped. So for anyone, this is for anyone that might be in that phase right now, you need that community. If you're a Muslim, you need that Muslim community. You need whatever community means to you. Get yourself to that community. But yeah, it was quite difficult. But because, like I said, there was not a lot of information as it is right now, right, where people can help you. That back then, like if where you could find Nigerians is like the Redeemed Church.
Okay.
Yeah, all of us, like, we knew ourselves then, right? Because it was 10 years ago. The Nigerian community as it is in London is not as it was back then, 10 years ago, right? So I'm grateful as to how big we are now.
Thanks
yes.
to people like you.
And we keep growing, yeah. But pretty much, I'm not sure if I've answered that first question.
Absolutely, you've extensively answered it, right? So, and I know you talked very much on the difficulty in transitioning in terms of pretty much cultural shock.
Yeah, so the cultural shock was there. Yeah, the cultural shock, general culture shock, that's it. The weather shock was there. Yeah, the weather, and then there's the education shock as well, right? Trying to unlearn certain things and relearn things as well, right? And interestingly, I still tell my husband about it, that I can count how many times I actually got lost in London because I took the wrong bus. Because you know how in London, there's the east, there's the west, there's the...
right.
So yeah, but it all made the experience and the journey quite an amazing one, right?
But was there like a challenge with credential recognition, like from what you did in Nigeria and coming here? I know there's this thing about common law. Canada is also one of the common countries, and that's what pretty much common law is about.
Yes.
Right? Was there that ease of balancing out that, hey, this is my degree? Asking because I know several people in different practices have that challenge. Was that something you experienced as well?
For me, I didn't experience that because Nigeria and Canada, just like you said, our common law system is sort of identical, right? It's if not even the same. So we do common law, right? So that even helped me with transitioning, like transferring my license to get my license to practice here in Canada, even though I still had to write a lot of exams, right? But as compared to other countries that practices like civil law, that kind of thing, it would have been difficult for them. Because mine, I just had to do like the first 5 set of exams, which was the federal exams, and then I had to do the Ontario exam as well. Right? So, but yeah, it was, in that sense, it was, I wouldn't say it was easy, but it was still better than other
about some of the doctors in
the pharmacists, the dentists,
like the vets, I heard like a someone who, like, she has to write an exam and it's almost 6K.
For an exam. Wow. Yeah, like when I finished all my exams, I had to do the costs. Because each of the exams you pay separately, and then you do the Ontario exam, and then I also had to do my articling. Articling is like internship, sort of, and that one you also pay for it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You pay for your own internship.
Exactly, you pay, but you also get paid. You also get paid as well, but you pay.
Okay.
Yeah, I paid about almost close to $4,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I think
everything.
just as an add-on, right? It just should make sense when you're consulting
Yeah.
the service of a lawyer and you're seeing that bill, right? They're not
Yeah.
just billing you for that 2 minutes they're about to spend, because this is pretty much all that goes into being in the field, right? As a lawyer. Don't have. Next question. Next question for
Like
last
call
I
his
night.
name.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
really.
But I'm just like, okay, but before then, you started by saying you were here alone.
Yes.
But you now mentioned my husband.
Oh,
Oh.
right.
So did
Right.
your
How did I
husband
use
come
that
here
word?
in Canada or in Nigeria, or he was in Nigeria and you came to Canada?
So the husband has always been there,
Oh,
right from right from back, because we grew up together
Oh,
as
lovely.
teenagers.
That's
Yeah. So while I was in Canada, he was in South Africa actually.
Oh,
And then
nice.
we reconnected, came to Canada and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Just to give you guys background, she's the wife of AJ Visuals. And we've actually, had AJ Visuals on this podcast, and an amazing story. You guys go to our page, check out his story. Like this South African story, he actually said it on.
Yeah.
Right.
He
Yeah.
mentioned it. Like,
yeah.
his own is even more like, wow. It will blow your mind a bit, like how he goes from masters to, he's not PhD or something.
Yep, and
and
then
then from there he's now doing what
now,
he's doing,
yeah.
So it's very interesting one. So so we thought the challenges we faced and all this thing. Would you say that's what inspired you to become like an immigration lawyer?
Yes, definitely. Because I did go through the phase. So I became from a student to work permit to a permanent residence, then a citizen, right? So, and all of those processes, I did it by myself, by the grace of God. So I was able to, I walked through the process, right? And I knew how difficult and how frustrating it can be. And I wanted to make that easy for people, for other people, that based on this knowledge that I have, I wanted to help other people. If there's one thing that really motivates me, is the fact that I really always want to help people in every little way I can, right? And immigration law was just that part, because the fact that you can put smiles on people's faces, you can help them reunite, give them a second chance, help them have a new beginning, right? Especially with refugee law. Help them have a new beginning. That for me was like the motivation why I said, okay. Because interestingly, for my master's, I didn't do anything immigration, refugee. My master's, I did environmental law, oil and gas.
Really?
Like my plan was, I wanted to get into oil and gas law, those kind of things. That was the plan and all of that. But there was a shift that happened
Suddenly.
in 2016 when I was done, and that was
Yeah, you
it.
saw the pain and you'd be like, nah, let me help other
Exactly.
people.
Yeah,
And
right.
yeah, one cannot have all of this information and just keep it. Of what purpose is that if you're not giving it back? Right. So yeah.
So I'm sure that really shapes how you serve your clients.
Yes, it does. It does. And that's one thing I usually tell my staffs. We want to make sure that for every client we are doing the very best, so that there's no stone left unturned. So that you be like, yes, I gave it my very best.
Right.
And if it didn't turn out the way you had expected it, at least you know that you gave
did.
it your very best,
Right,
and that's
right.
it. Yeah. So.
And that's, I think that's a bit of an explanation to some of the reviews I found online, because I know the first time I tried contacting you based on referring someone, right?
Yeah.
I had done a little bit of research, and guys, you're not just listening to a random lawyer, right? Go Google Lola's Law. You would find 5-star reviews are just consistent with the name Lola's Law, right? And we're at the point where I'm thinking, what does it feel like for you, right? As a Nigerian Canadian lawyer, having your name, not just a business name, but having your name at the very top of that firm, Lola's Law. What does that make you feel like?
Okay, so that story is not going to be complete without giving sort of a background, right? Because you know how people will say, "Oh, I became successful, this one, that one," but they don't man-made, but they don't give that context to it. So for me, there's the spiritual context, because everything I do, everything that I am, everything that would ever be, I owe it all to God, right? So I don't joke with that God factor. Then there's also the man factor, and the man factor comes in is when I was when I did my article in the internship I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
I worked at an immigration refugee law firm here in London, right?
Okay.
And after that, but I got retained by the grace of God to become a lawyer, right? And when my former boss, when it got to the time for him to retire, because he's quite elderly, even though he's not really retired right now, he still works. He still comes into the office sometimes to work. Because we have a space for him at the office. But anyways, when it was time for him to retire, he actually told me. He said he wanted me to take over some of his files. Like in the sense of taking over his.
You must have earned
Clients
it.
and everything.
Yeah, and his daughter as well also took over some files as well because she's an immigration consultant. So that did form the foundation for Lola Law. Okay. Because he sort of set up that foundation for me, right?
Absolutely.
And that did come, so it didn't come from a place of, and this is one thing I usually tell people, there's a place of excellence, there's a place of hard work, there's a place of consistently showing up, right? Because all of those things, yes, God will set you up, but there's also the part for you to play, right? Yeah, exactly. There's the you part. So that I'm grateful to my former boss for. So to answer your question, it is very humbling for me. It took a long time before I even could say yes to it because I didn't. It was not in my plan to own a law firm in Canada. That was it was never something that I thought about at all, right? And with the support of my husband, my friends, and a couple of other people telling me that it is possible, right? And one thing for me is when I see other people that tells me it is possible, I know it is possible. I really want to do it, right? So it is humbling, like I said, and it's also I say it as a way of representation of from my roots, which is the Nigerian, right? And then there's the representation of women. Of Black women, of immigrants, showing that that it is possible. Yeah, that it is possible, right? Except if you now want to make excuses, but when you see others do it, it shows that yes, it is possible. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm proud of you. The community is proud. No, I'm serious. I'm proud of you. The community is proud of you, right? Because in every sense, and even listening to you and everything you said about the spiritual factor, which is very important, very important. I can't overemphasize it.
Yeah.
Very important, right? And being excellent in everything, like through your path. Clearly, you were excellent because you just mentioned your former boss had a daughter who was also an immigration lawyer. For heaven's sake,
Consultant,
it would mean you earned it for him to say, oh, I would give my files to
trust.
you know exactly right.
Yeah.
So that's really something you as a listener you must take away from this. Whatever it is you do it excellently well.
Yeah,
right?
do it excellently.
Excellently well. Doref, you're gonna say something.
Yeah, I wanted to say your story is inspiring, and I know I've heard someone say something like that, like as Africans, especially as immigrants, we're expected to do excellently well wherever we are, because we are that front row that others at home who want to join us are hoping that we do well, and if you do well, you open more doors.
Yes.
I can imagine people looking at, you just came from Nigeria to Canada, now you have a law firm, and all that. So it's actually very important that we preach that excellence, and that's what Filafrik is about. So trying to put that spotlight to African entrepreneurs and people who have stood out in the community. So what's that major thing or experience in your journey that you want to share with us that can inspire someone tomorrow who is looking at you and like, oh, I'm like wearing my white and black right now in Nigeria and I'm looking at you, I'm like, yay, coincidence.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing white and black. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, the person's like, now I'm to Balindi bus stop, going to law school, and she's like, or he's like, how can I be like you? Like, what's that transformational, thing you want to say or you want to share with us that can inspire someone?
I would say that never look down on yourself, because, and it might sound like a cliche word, right? Because especially like you said, as immigrants, when you come into a new country, you tend to want to just shy away from certain things and just say, oh, I don't think I can do it. Oh, I don't think my accent, I don't think they will hear me, I don't think this. Don't let any of those things deter you from achieving things, right? Because like I said, if we can do it, there's so many of us that God has helped us to start businesses, careers, top-level careers, and all of that. And all of those things, it was not like we were able to just do it one day. It was a journey, like I said, but it just shows that it is possible, right? It is possible, and keep believing in yourself, right? Even when others don't seem to believe in you, keep believing in yourself. And when people believe in you, it should show you as well that there's something in me that people are looking at. Because for my former boss, he also as well, even when I didn't believe in myself that I could do it, he told me, I was like, Lola, I trust that you can do this. Like, I've trained you, I have mentored you, all of that, and I believe you can do it. Right, and just to give a bit of context as well, my former boss is not a Nigerian; he's a white man. So, so just to give you, just to give you an idea of exactly, So, that's what I would say to that.
Okay, that's really interesting. So, immigration lawyer, immigration consultant, but let's not go into that word.
Yeah, we'll still come there. We'll still come there. But then, for the benefit of listeners, and I would even start out with my humble self, right? Again, I'm always on the path of learning, and it's the same thing with all of us on the Filafrik crew. We constantly want to learn. So, again, you're an immigration and refugee lawyer.
Yes.
Could there be a difference? I assume there is a difference. What's this difference? What does it mean to, what's the difference?
Okay, so my practice is like 90% refugee law.
Okay.
So refugee law is mostly representing people that are fleeing from their country for any sort of persecution or risk.
Sounds like
the
days of Apostle Paul.
Exactly. So so persecution can be anything.
Right.
Persecution because of their race, their religion, their political opinion, because of who they are, their ethnicity, their sexual orientation, as the case may be, different cases. But immigration focuses more on if you're immigrating so it focuses more on study, if you want to come to study, to work, to do business immigration, all of those things. So it's a different, so that's why there's a difference. So refugee law focuses more on people that are, people that fear for their life, right? People that are fleeing as a way. And refugee law, it's very in-depth as compared to immigration. That's what most people don't.
Oh, really? I thought it was the other way around.
Oh, no, right. So refugee law is very in-depth and it's very deadline-driven. And it's a very advocacy aspect of law, right? Immigration more is drafting of documents, submitting them, and all of that. Refugee law, you're appearing before tribunals, you're appearing before courts. Exactly, you're advocating for your client. So it's more of advocacy as compared to immigration law.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to do that.
It takes a lot because you are hearing stories of different people, right? So you have to be able to sort of separate yourself from it so that you don't get overwhelmed by people's stories because they are very sad stories.
Wow.
Yeah.
So also going from what you've just said now, so an immigrant, I'm willfully trying to make this move to a new country. Can I also be said to be a refugee claimant?
Oh yeah.
It's
so
possible.
Yeah, it is possible because most people that come into Canada to seek refugee, because there's no refugee visa, because you know how you have study permits,
right?
PR, those kind of things. There's no refugee visa, right? So most people, or majority of people, the way they are able to come into Canada is by coming in maybe through a visitor visa. Right, or they already have a study permit because that's the only way they can actually come into Canada. So right from when they are applying, at that point in time, they know their intention is when they come into Canada, they make a refugee claim, right? They start the refugee process because again, that's the only way in which they can come to Canada. So yeah.
And that's coming from all the way Africa.
Yes.
Because if you're pretty much around the borders of Canada, could you have just walked to the border and say, hey?
Yeah, you can.
Right?
Yeah, you can, but there are rules to that. Yeah, so you can't just enter Canada. There are rules. There are very strict rules, especially if you are coming from the US and all of that. there are rules to that. You have to have a family member here in Canada for them to allow you enter. If not,
Oh, really?
If not, you're going to be sent back to the United States. Yeah,
Interesting.
because Canada and US have that agreement, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's like refugee law. It's not like, and that's why I say it's very in depth. You have
Right.
to know these things. You have to be.
Should we plan for a season 2, season 3 on this?
Very.
Because
That would be another podcast on immigration.
Exactly.
Just on
So
immigration.
Because immigration is a whole lot.
Yeah.
it's a whole lot. Like
Especially with the new laws now coming in.
Yeah.
And that's something, because it's not looking like,
Yeah.
one day, one new law.
Yes.
It's, I don't know how you guys are catching up on
How do
it.
you keep
Yeah.
up?
It's,
How do you keep up?
How do we keep up? We signed up to different newsletters.
Right.
I'm part of different refugee organizations and all of that. So everyone is always keeping abreast, sharing information and all of that. Because you have to be on top of things.
Okay, interesting. So that people are not like wondering, okay, is this the Filafrik podcast?
Well,
That
it
we
is.
switch to immigration.
Immigration,
So,
yeah.
But I'll just try to like bring our focus back to
Yes.
business and entrepreneurship. So
Okay.
I know you're a lawyer and you own your own law firm, but to even do that, you need to have the spirit of entrepreneurship. You need to know what it takes to own a business, to run a business,
Absolutely.
to grow a business, to all these things. So what do you mind sharing part of that? Because some people might watch, they might not be lawyers, but they want to also do business or own something here in Canada, be entrepreneurs, and that's why they are actually also following Filafrik, because they're sharing entrepreneurial stories. So what is that thing or things or skill sets or whatever you think you can share for that to make someone who's watching this to be like, oh, I can do this as well? Like, what do I need to be a good entrepreneur? Like when it comes to entrepreneurship and business.
Okay. I don't think the list is. I don't think like there's an end. Like there's a straight list of these are the like it's like there are different aspects to it, right? But one thing I would say is resilience, right? Resilience is needed to be an entrepreneur or a business person in Canada, right? And I would also say as well, having the right information. Having the right information is key, because again, I've never owned a business before. I didn't know how a business is run and all of that, but I had to open myself to learning, right? To doing research, doing research, and speaking to the right people, like people that have opened a law firm here in Canada. I spoke to them, how do you do these things, bank account, or what do I need to do, all of that. And I think that's where most people don't want to do those things. They just expect that people will figure it out for them. People don't, and I think that's one thing I'm really seeing with the new set of businesses or as the case may be. So I don't want to generalize it, but I would say that people don't want to do the work. Right? People want to they want people to figure it out for them, and then they just take it as it is. But you have to do the work, right? You have to do your research. You have to attend business seminars. Filafrik, they organize the business. I don't even know if seminar even captures, because it was a full day event. Like it was very thorough, right? And if you as a business person in London, I'm sorry that you do not attend that, then this is my face right now. But anyways, so those are the things, like open yourself to knowledge, right? Open yourself to knowledge. Those things are really important. But having that resilience, having that spirit of, I'm going to do it. Like,
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. So brand, community, information, and I get the part where you say people want things done for them, but that's also what Filafrik is about. We also help people to figure it out, because some people have the idea,
True.
they don't know how to execute it. So
True. Okay.
they
So
come
that's
to us
another
and
thing.
we can sit down with them, they pay for the consultation, and we break everything they need to do down, from the banking structure to everything.
Okay,
and then
that's
we
good.
set it up for them.
We set it up,
And if they need services of people, like yourself and people in your category, can also refer them to people.
But again, it goes back to if they didn't know about it. It goes back to
So
research
there's still-
knowledge.
yeah,
So there's still that research and
that's
knowledge.
important.
Because you can be in your sitting room and have this whole idea and all of that, and you don't do anything with the idea.
True.
You have to run with the idea,
Very
right?
true,
So
very
yeah.
true. Okay. So Patrick, any other?
Again, she already mentioned it took us a long time to have Lola's Law. So there's a lot more questions than that, right? But then, being that you're an immigration lawyer, right, and for the most part of it, most of our audience would be immigrants, right? What would be one common pitfall? Because I know you just talked about what people should have do, but then what's something you see African entrepreneurs in particular, would do wrongly when starting out in business? It could even be in the situation of incorporating or not incorporating. It could be a function of one question I was also going to ask, and Don Rapp mentioned it a little bit, would be immigration lawyer versus immigration consultant, right? Because again, some of us don't even know if there's a difference. Because there's a lot to learn, especially in this, landscape. Is there a difference?
Okay.
Who should I run to at what point? Just the same way some of us didn't know the difference between emergency and what's that thing again? Urgent care. Right?
Urgent care.
But then we begin to learn day by day. Oh, this is what I should go to urgent care for, and this is what I should go to the emergency ward for, right? So, is there also something like that? And to whom should we run?
Okay. So I would start off with your second question, which is there a difference? So there's a difference between an immigration consultant and a lawyer. A consultant, again, based on our license, right? Our license, so as an immigration lawyer, I'm licensed to practice as a barrister and solicitor in Ontario, right? A consultant, there are schools, there's a school in Canada, right, in Ontario, in Queen's University. If you want to become an immigration consultant, I would advise that you actually sign up for that program, because it's a very in-depth, very in-depth program about immigration consultants, area consultants, and things like that.
That's information.
Yeah. So, our license differ, right? Then the kind of, so there are some things that an immigration consultant and a lawyer, we can both do. Like for this refugee law, we can both do it. Yeah. But for you to actually appear at the refugee board, you as an immigration consultant, you still have another fence, or as the case may be, to act like another box to tick. So there's an added license for them before they can actually represent clients at the refugee board. Then the other thing, so in terms of immigration, we can do everything, right? It's refugee law that it becomes very dicey. And then federal court. So federal court, because it's a court, is only lawyers that are licensed to appear before the court. So an immigration consultant, that's where the representation ends. So once you get a denial or anything, they can't appeal for you. They would then have to refer you to a lawyer. Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. And then the other question you had asked about
common pitfalls you find African entrepreneurs would make. Again, from your experience.
From my experience, I would say probably not getting. I would say maybe speaking to the wrong people, right? Speaking to the wrong people in the sense that people that will tend to discourage you. Yeah, because that's one thing I've also noticed as well, right? Because you see someone that wants to start a business and then they tell you, oh, I spoke to this person. Person said, oh, I have to. Yes, there are things, there are so many skills or whatever thing you need to do and all of that. But at the end of the day, the person should tell you, I did it, you can do it.
Right.
Or it's possible, right?
Even if they didn't do it, but they're
exactly.
able to still push you
to push you, right? Because so that's why I said speaking to the wrong people. So you want to make sure that you're speaking to the right people, you're in the right community. Filafrik is there. Engage with the right people so that you can have that information, you can have that knowledge, continuous knowledge, right? Because it's a continuous thing, so that you're well equipped to start up and keep running your business smoothly.
Right, that makes sense. Something I also find very common but important to also learn from you. We're in a world where fraud is right. I don't even need to finish the statement. We all can buy into it, right?
Jesus.
So whether you're in Africa, you're in Europe, you're
Yeah.
even in Canada, like on the average, I
Yeah.
receive like 3 spam calls
Yeah.
every day, right?
It's a thing.
What are those red flags people should watch out for, right? Especially when it comes to immigration, right? Because again, thinking about it, when people are outside, there's that desperation, and I know sometimes it's easier to catch people at that point.
Yes,
like you don't say, if you were a victim of 419, if you don't know what 419 is, talk to a Nigerian friend. Means you were a 418. You were just in part 2, right? So, but what are those common red flags we should all watch out for?
The common red flags is, it is easy. Once you apply, you get it. Right? So when they tell you that...
So the lawyer just says, just pay me now. You get it now.
Nope. Nobody can ever guarantee. With immigration, especially even general immigration, nobody can ever guarantee you. And that is why in my retainer agreement, it's boldly written there. I would do my very best to represent you, but at the end of the day, there's no guarantee because I do not make the decision, right? And that's what most people, like you said, because they are desperate, everybody wants to come to Canada. So when they hear that, just give me money, and people are not dropping small money, people are dropping big money.
Some people,
like
I just feel some people have lost their whole life,
life savings. Exactly, and you keep seeing people falling into these things, right? Because because at the end of the day, most of these people are not even, they are not even licensed. They are not even consultants, not even talk of lawyers. They are just agents that are misrepresenting themselves. And then people give them money because they tell them, once you give me money, I'm going to get a school. Or some people will even tell you that once you give me the money, I already have a job for you here in Canada. Once you get to the airport, just I'm like, just call my name. Exactly. And so those are red flags, right? Those are red flags. And that's why it's important that you yourself, you do your own assignments, do your own things. Like, all this information about immigration, it's open information, it's public information. Check all of these things. What this person is telling me, is it true? What are the requirements for a work permit? What are the requirements for this? Check all of these things. It's very simple.
And I know you,
No, go ahead.
And I know in your field as well, there's a way you can actually check someone's license.
Exactly.
I just read my mind because I was going to say, I know it is. Could you share some information around it so that it's easy for people?
Yes. So, for example, if somebody is representing themselves as an immigration lawyer, you can go. So, in Ontario, I don't know about other provinces. In Ontario, there's the LSO. So, the LSO is the Law Society of Ontario. Okay. So, there is a directory. So, if you just type LSO directory on Google, you just need to put, even their last name is fine. Their last name, and then it will bring out the information if that person is, in fact, a lawyer.
Okay.
For a consultant, you can also check online as well, but I don't know what is their own website or anything. But if the person is a consultant, at least there should be something, there should be an online presence of their work or something, right? Online to confirm. Check their reviews. Exactly. Before you check the reviews, check do they have a website? Do they have a website? Check all of these things. What is the internet saying about them? Just don't drop your money.
From our experience, right? Because she just said check the website. When you check the website, please check the website well. Raphael, you because people clone websites.
That's another
right?
thing.
So I think the right thing would just be to check the society.
Yes, exactly,
just
right?
Like you mentioned, the law society. So for consultants, just Google whatever it is.
Google it.
And then check the person's credentials, make sure they're legit.
Like, are they on LinkedIn?
Exactly.
Every professional right now is on LinkedIn. Are they on LinkedIn? Like, do an in-depth because
it's not just about you or losing your money. That's actually been, maybe you can confirm this. I know that if you
misrepresentation.
if you pay someone and the person runs away with your money, and even if you report, you can even be banned yourself. I don't know if you can confirm that.
So the banning in sense of, let's say the person even actually went ahead to submit an application, put in an application for you, but in the application there were a lot of misrepresentations, like maybe your education, your work history, your marital status, all of those things can actually be used against you because there's a 5-year ban for misrepresentation in Canada. So it's very, very important, very, very important.
If you're watching this podcast and you hear agent, run.
Exactly.
That's pretty much what this is about.
Just run.
If you're an agent, go the other way.
Really, there might be some legit agents.
No. So
Okay, there's no.
no. So like, so
Let's keep it real.
because honestly, for you to put yourself out there to say you want to help someone as an immigration, it's better for you to go with people that are licensed, so that in case there's anything, you can report.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can report. So I know some people have all of this immigration agency kind of thing, but again, there is no way to report them. There's no. If they take your money, like there are a lot of things, and these people are not in Canada, right? These people don't know all of these consequences of misrepresenting, right? It's a serious consequence. It's a very, very serious consequence that you might think that for the present time it is not a big deal, but down the line it can be a big deal. Can be, because even when you try to prove innocent mistake or innocent, there's nothing like innocent, because at the end of the day you're expected, once your signature is on that form, there's a declaration. You declare that all the information you're providing is true and is correct. So
it's a whole lot.
It makes a whole lot of sense, because with all the rigor you had her explain what she went through to become this Lola's Law and every other lawyer, nobody wants to lose their license.
Nobody.
You know, something messy. It makes sense. And something Lola's Law, right? Both Lola as a person and your firm, you do that. Whoa, it blew my mind, right? First, you offer the legal aid and payment plans. I don't know how many businesses even do payment plans. Talk more of in your own field, right? Why is that important to you? And you know, how can people access that affordable legal help?
So like you said, affordable legal help, right? Because I do understand that legal representation is very costly, right? And that can take out a lot of people from being able to access justice or legal representation. So
for agents.
Exactly. So some people fall for agents that will promise them just give me 1,000 or whatever, right? And you can't blame lawyers or even any professional, right? We've put in a lot of work, and we know the value that we are presenting, right? So that sort of drove me to say, okay, I need to open have an opportunity for my client to be able to still access that.
Right.
Legal aid is important because, again, for the kind of area of law that I do, refugee law, most of them, when they even come to Canada, they barely, what they came into Canada is just their last set of money to just come into Canada, right? Someone like that, don't expect them to drop $5,000. It's not a realistic thing, right? That's where the legal aid comes in. But legal aid, again, is not straightforward, because legal aid will assess them, what are their financial requirements and all of that. And it's an ongoing financial requirement.
That's something you do.
Yeah, exactly. That's something I accept legal aid. So if you have legal aid, I would accept it, right? Then there's the payment plan again, because I understand that even if you have the money, you might not have 5,000 to give me at the moment.
Right.
But let's enter into a payment plan where I say, okay, maybe bi-weekly or monthly thing, and we sign, right? And I explain to you, okay, these are the conditions, and my condition is I wouldn't submit your application without you making the final payment, because I have been nice to the extent whereby the client. There have been instances, and that was before I started this whole payment plan. So before the payment plan, so I I had to learn it the hard way, because I was being nice and all of that, and clients actually left, right? They went to another lawyer, or they just ghosted me. After I've done the work, I've done everything. So payment plan was necessary, and the payment plan is on the condition that before I submit your application, the final payment must come in, and we are signing everything. Yeah.
That's a lesson for everybody.
Even as a business person too.
Right.
Yeah, as a business person.
You have to separate your person from your business.
From your, that's something my husband usually says.
But true, and you can tell she's a compassionate lawyer, right? It doesn't make sense, because
you have to be compassionate.
Well, some people I think are not.
In refugee law, for me, I think that you have to, but you also have to be able to strike the balance.
So let's go a little bit off script, right? And I'm saying, and I stand corrected, I strongly believe some people are in law for the business of law. They're there for the money.
Oh yeah, like
So
that's a,
you can't expect compassion from them.
yeah, definitely.
And
Just like some doctors too.
Exactly.
There are some doctors that
Even-
they're not.
They're not there for
to
they're there
pat
for
your
the
back.
business
Yeah,
of it,
they
right?
are,
So
yeah.
you've heard her from the beginning, right? I can pretty much blow her trumpet. You can hear someone who is compassionate, who would listen to you, who would literally represent you, not just okay, how does this balance the books for me at the end of the day? That's one thing, you know, I'm hearing from you. And yeah, truly, you're a child of God.
We thank God.
You really are. You really are, right?
We thank God.
So, rapid questions.
Okay.
But before we go into rapid questions, Raphael,
Yeah.
are we good to go on rapid questions?
Yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go.
There's one I can't even ask because I didn't watch the series.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't watch the
Everybody,
series.
I don't know if you guys know about
You can't say everybody because I know Suits, but I didn't. I haven't watched the
Oh,
series.
okay. So
Oh yeah.
Suits-
At least everybody knows it.
Yes.
Yeah. So Suits is like, in fact, if you've not seen Suits, just Google it.
Exactly.
It's just a lovely
Okay, thank God you're not.
legal drama.
Yeah, exactly. It's a legal drama.
Legal drama. So, behind the scenes, I was asking you between the characters. We have Jessica, the top characters. We have Jessica, Mike Ross, Harvey. We have Rachel. We have Donna.
Yeah.
So I was like,
And we have Lewis.
Yeah.
How can you forget Lewis?
because we always forget Lewis. He has Wala.
I
I wish I know what you're saying.
know. Molly.
So I'm like, which one are you?
Jessica.
Yes.
It's how fierce she is and how she carries herself and the fashion and the law and like she's just like that representation and she's a black woman again.
True.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And in the movie, actually, she was like one of the first black women to own
Exactly,
that kind of
exactly. And she did have like a lot of obstacles with the men and all of that. So yeah, it was
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so Jessica.
So how do you balance family and work? Especially
that
with
question.
refugee law, because
Yeah.
you have to be compassionate. Sometimes you hear some stories like you said, you're like, oh my goodness.
Balancing for me is disconnecting from like when I leave the office, no laptop, no laptop, no work related thing, except if it's very, 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 very important. And I use the word very, 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 a lot of very. Yeah, so because if you don't put in all of those rules in place, then you see yourself still bringing work home. Even though, yes, there are times where I have to bring work home, like I said, but except if it's like very necessary.
So,
One piece of advice for someone who just arrived in Canada as a refugee claimant.
As a refugee claimant, get a lawyer, get a refugee lawyer.
Get a refugee lawyer.
Yeah.
One thing every entrepreneur should do legally before launching their business.
Before launching your business, research.
I'll add.
Speak to Filafrik. I
She's the one of God,
I
right.
said that. Speak to Filafrik.
All right. Biggest legal myth about Canadian immigration you want to bust right now.
It is easy. When you get it, you apply. Oh, sorry. When you apply, you get it.
Run from them all.
Yeah.
So easy. One resource or website every immigrant should know about.
IRCC.
IRCC, true.
The IRCC
True.
website.
What's next for Lola Law? Any new service or initiatives?
Yes, definitely by the grace of God. Because the plan is not just to, at least the goal is not just to do immigration and refugee law. By God's grace is to expand to other areas of law, right? Get lawyers that can do other areas of law that are experts in other areas of law and expand for Lola Law. But yeah,
I like what I just heard.
by God's grace.
Have we
That's the plan.
signed partnership now? We feel like so that we're sure we've entered like a 10-year partnership. All right. We'll answer that question behind the camera. All right. If you could change one thing about Canada's immigration system, what would it be?
Okay, so I would say making it fairer, easier, and standardized for skilled immigrants to be able to transfer their credentials, right? So,
I think I completely agree.
because we do need skilled immigrants, right?
We do,
So,
we
yeah.
do, right? Don Ralph, I'm sure you agree with me that it's been an incredible time with Lola, right?
Been, a wonderful one. Please follow Lola Law. Like, how can they follow you?
Yes, follow her. Follow who know road. Lola of Lola's Law. She know road, and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why you must also follow Lola, right? Lola speaks English. Yoruba, and of course Pidgin. Right? And her firm also provides services in Arabic, Spanish, and French. I'm telling you, follow who know road, right? So don't hesitate to reach out because they can always help you out in the language you're most comfortable with, right? Yeah. So again, really, thank you, Lola.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're in downtown London, right?
Yes, downtown
You're in downtown London. People can always reach out to you. Her office address is 315 200 Queen's Avenue, right? Yes. So please.
Your website?
The website is lolalaw.ca.
Right, Lola Law, LOLA.
LAW.ca. Yeah.
Right. Final words for me.
I just want to appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the great and amazing work you're doing in the community. I really appreciate it. It's not something that I take for granted, especially the fact that you guys, the different opportunities and knowledge you're actually passing out there for everyone, even non-business, non-entrepreneurs. It's a really amazing work, and I pray that God will continue to help you guys and strengthen you and grant unto you wisdom.
Amen.
And Filafrik will continue to expand even beyond Canada.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.